Singapore, I'm Henry Zin. Welcome to AIE Radio's Myanmar Today, where we bring you the latest news and reports from around Myanmar. First off, a report on Luto's discussion to upgrade system for Forest Department staff. Another report on Myanmar Agriculture Forum 2019. A story coverage on agricultural sector facing human resource shortage. And lastly, a report on AIA's contributions for the public. Now, before we get to the reports, why don't we have a look at what's happening in local news. State Councillor Aung San Suu Kyi, at the invitation of President Moon Jae-in, will attend the 30th anniversary of the Korean-ASEAN Dialogue Relations and the first Mekong ROK Summit in Busan, the Republic of Korea. The State Councillor is accompanied by Union Ministers Dr. Aung Thu, Woo Cho-din, and other concerned departmental officials. Union Minister Woo Min-thu and party will also attend the second ASEAN-Korea Ministerial Roundtable and Exhibition on Public Service Innovation. Myanmar delegation led by Union Minister for Investment and Foreign Economic Relations and Chairman of the Myanmar Investment Commission, Woo Taung-tun, attended the roundtable discussion with French companies in Paris, France, and the third edition of the Belt and Road Summit in Trieste, Italy last week. The minister participated in a roundtable discussion with French companies which are members of Mouvement Entreprises de France, the principal organization for the business community in France. He highlighted the investment opportunities in Myanmar and sectors where cooperation between Myanmar and France could be further enhanced. He invited the French companies to invest in Myanmar in sectors such as electricity, energy, oil and gas, water resource management, environmental conservation and forestry management. The minister also participated in the third edition of the Belt and Road Summit in Trieste, Italy on Thursday. While in Italy, the minister met with the Undersecretary of State for Foreign Affairs of Italy, His Excellency Mr. Ivan Scafarato, and discussed matters on investment promotion, economic cooperation, and promotion of closer bilateral ties. The Youth Integrity Camp is being conducted in Mandalay, and it is jointly organized by the Anti-Corruption Commission and the Ministry of Education, with the technical assistance of UNODC. Union Minister for Education Dr. Myo Thaingji said the ACC has developed a handbook for teachers at primary and secondary levels to educate students about anti-corruption knowledge and integrity, and the program will be extended to the upper and higher education levels with the assistance of experts and related subjects. He also remarked the lack of morals is the root cause of political, economic, and social problems, and that teachers play a key role for education and ethical development of students. The camp is aimed to lay a foundation for reducing opportunities and behaviors that can lead to corruption in every society in developing the culture of public integrity, to create a society that opposes corruption, and to develop accountable practices in the communities. Deputy Minister for Planning and Finance Uma Maung-win attended the Tokyo Fiscal Forum held in Tokyo, Japan on Thursday and Friday last week. The forum discusses two main topics of quality infrastructure investment and population aging. On Friday, the Deputy Minister met with Japan Ministry of Finance Parliamentary Vice Minister for Finance and Vice Minister of Finance for International Affairs and discussed bilateral cooperation matters. The Deputy Minister also met separately with Japan's insurance and investment-related organizations and discussed Japan's cooperation and participation in Myanmar's insurance and investment market development. That's all with the local news, and here's the first report on Myanmar Today. In the second time Myoda Luto 14th regular session held on Friday, the Luto representatives discussed the proposal of upgrading system for Forest Department staff from the supportive point of view. Tora Suzin reports.
Usa Kinzolin of Ayeyarwady Region Constituency 2 has submitted the proposal of encouraging the capacity, functions, and ethics of the Forest Department staff across the country through special trainings and installing the updated facilities and equipment for the reforestation within the country and for further development processes based on the forestry to the Myoda Ludo. And the Ludo representatives discussed about this proposal on the second time Myoda Ludo 14 regular session held on Friday. In the previous proposal, Usa Kinzoli highlighted the current situation of the deforestation and the climate change in Myanmar and the role of forest staff to protect them.
ကျမရဲ့မဲဆန္ဒနယ်မြေထိုင်ဦးနဲ့ထိုင်ဦးဟာဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ပဲခူးရိုးမှတွင်းမှာရှိပြီးတော့ကျိုးဝိုင်းဧရိယာပေါင်း89,958 ဧကရှိပါတယ်မြို့နယ်တော်ဦးစီးဌာနမှာခွင့်ပြုဝန်ထမ်း
In my constituency, Dai'u Township is located within Bago-Yoma and has 89,558 acres forest land. There are only 33 staffs working for the Regional Forest Department, so it is not enough to implement the forest conservation. Moreover, we also do not have advanced facilities. Therefore, there are illegal logging, bamboo cutting, and charcoal baking.
In some cases of illegal activities, some steps are involved, so the capacity and ethic enhancement should be implemented.
ယခုအခါမြန်မာနိုင်ငံ၏တစ်တော်များသည့်တစ်တော်ပြုသိမ်းနေသည့်အနေအထိုင်ရောက်ရှိနေခြင်းကြောင့်တစ်တော်စီမံအုပ်ချုပ်မှု
Myanmar is one of the countries which are suffering from global warming and climate change because of the deforestation. So we need to focus more on forest administration, ensuring the reforestation and conservation. Moreover, we need to achieve the forest policy target of the reserved and protected public forests to be 30% of the total country's area and the protected area system to be 10%. I want to agree with the proposal from Ulsa Kinzolin in order to increase the role of forest conservation and reforestation.
တင်တော်တဲ့လက်နက်တွေတပ်ဆင်ပေးရမယ် semi automatic weapons ကိုပြောတာဖြစ်ပါတယ်ကာဝေးအတွက်ရန်အင်အားလည်းဖြစ်စေပါတယ်တင်တော်တဲ့ရင်ဖြစ်နိုင်တော့3ဘိန်း
It is important to install semi-auto weapons in modern vehicles. The corridor and the fire break path should be built within the reserve forest, and it is to enhance the monitoring system by installing the CCTVs. Moreover, the public knowledge sharing campaigns of conserving forests should be carried out in the nearest villages of the forest. We need to get more aids from the respective international organizations to complete these tasks.
According to the data of Forest Department, 828 reserved forests and 415 protected public forests, which altogether cover the 25.45% of the country area, and 45 environmental conservation areas, which is 5.85% of the country area, were established till October of 2019. However, it is still required to conserve the forest by using the updated facilities and equipment, as well as to enhance the capacity and the ethic of the forest staff. That's all for now. This is Dora Suisse from MI Radio.
That's a report on Luto's discussion to upgrade system for Forest Department staff. Alright, it's time now to check on the weather forecast in Myanmar. In Yangon, there's plenty of sun during the day and we'll have clear skies later at night. The temperature throughout the day will be in the 30s. Unfortunately, there's really no chance of rain for the day at all, so get yourselves prepared to stay in the shade and stay hydrated in hot weather. The Yangon heat is quite unbearable for most of us, and of course the winds traveling at 9 kilometers per hour. In Naypyidaw, it's about the same conditions as in Yangon. There's plenty of sun during the day and we'll have clear skies at night. The temperature throughout the day will be in the 30s as well. And there's also no chance of rain for the day, so maybe you might want to protect yourselves from the heat. In Mandalay, it's delightful weather with sunshine and we'll have clear skies at night. The temperature throughout the day will be in the 30s, so we may have to bear a bit of heat in the city since there's really no chance of rain at all for the day. And the winds traveling at 7 kilometers per hour. Well, we have another report coming up, and then we'll check on the stocks and currency exchange rates. Myanmar Agriculture Forum 2019 took place on Saturday at the Chatrium Hotel in Yangon. It was organized by Impact Hub and HEKS Myanmar in order to bring agriculture entrepreneurs together to share their challenges and find solutions. Tora Suzin will give us the details.
Bringing the positive impact in agriculture, Impact Hub and HEKS Myanmar organized Myanmar Agriculture Forum 2019 to see the challenges of impact on entrepreneurs and seek for solutions. It took place on 23rd November at Chatrian Hall, Yangon.
At HEX, we recognize, particularly in Myanmar, that agriculture is one of the biggest drivers of this economy. Right? And so if this country is going to develop, a lot of it's going to rest on agriculture. So what we're trying to do at the forum is to bring people together, to really understand what the challenges are, what the opportunities are, and to hopefully cultivate something so that we can support the ag business. There's a lot of opportunity here. You can see where agriculture has gone in the neighboring countries. And obviously the potential is there for Myanmar.
The participants from different fields attended the forum and discussed about the challenges of their own as well as those farmers are facing in order to make further steps together for the development of Myanmar agriculture sector.
Yeah, so in this forum, what I'm very interested is they are like people from different sectors, from private and public sectors, and also from NGOs and other people working in agriculture field. I would like to hear, to get the inputs from all different sectors and see what we can help each other to develop Myanmar's agriculture. So there are many challenges for farmers in Myanmar, and for example, from our own point of view, why we are working with different farmers. One of the biggest challenge, as we earlier mentioned in the workshop, is the transportation and also initial funding for farmers. These are, and also education. So education for the farmers and for the consumers. So these are just some of the many issues that we are facing right now in Myanmar. And I hope through these discussions we can find some sort of solutions.
The fund partnership of the farmers, the agriculture businesses, and the local consumers is crucial to make the penetration of agriculture sector of the country bigger.
I think it's definitely the backbone of the country, which we should support, because without farmers, there's no food. And like one of the participants said earlier, we also need to rely on our local produce and not on imported items. So local economy is also very important, and supporting local farmers is, I think, is one of the most important things as a consumer you can do.
Based on the discussion done in the forum, it is to give the framework to an incubation program sponsored by HEX. HEX is the Swiss church aid, which is supporting projects in more than 30 countries around the world.
And so after this forum, I think what we're going to learn from this forum are what are the different issues, what are the different challenges. And so our next step from this forum is to take a look at that, right? Work with Impact Hub and have them really look at, what the farmers needs, whether it's in business planning, whether it's, helping connect farmers to ag businesses, or even connect ag businesses to traders and exporters, right? So there's a wide range of things that I think can come from this forum. I think we'll sit down with Impact Hub, talk about what the next step is in developing this incubation program to really jumpstart the agricultural entrepreneurship in Myanmar.
It is the first time to organize Myanmar Agriculture Forum, and they are willing to have more efficient outcomes.
Well, we have a longer-term plan on this. Obviously, as investors, we want to see what are the ideas out there that people are thinking about, and what are the good investments that both have a financial return and a social return. So one of our outcomes is to just learn and see what businesses out there that need capital and need some investment that produces the social outcomes we're looking for. That's one outcome. Another outcome is because we want to try to support that ecosystem, that agricultural entrepreneurship ecosystem. So what we're looking for as a follow-on from this forum is to perhaps develop a program for ag entrepreneurship and really find those companies that we can see over time will actually create and be a driver of agriculture economy here in Myanmar.
That's all for now. This is Dora Swissin from MI Radio.
That's a report on Myanmar Agriculture Forum 2019. Here we have the information on currency rates from Myanmar's central bank. One US dollar is at 1,516 kyats. One Chinese renminbi is at 216 kyats. One euro is at 1,677 kyats. 1 pound sterling is at 1,955 kyats. One Singapore dollar is at 1,113 kyats. One Malaysian ringgit is at 364 kyats. One Thai baht is at 50 kyats, and the Indian rupee is at 21 kyats. Gold is trading at $1,466. Silver is at $16. And Brent crude oil is at $57. On the Yangon Stock Exchange, FMI dropped 500 and it's at 11,500. MTSH went up 50 and it's at 3,900. MCB remains at 8,300. FPB is at 23,000. TMH dropped 50 and it's at 2,950. You're with MI Radio's Myanmar Today. You can log on to our website at miradio.com.mm and catch many other great programs of MI Radio on the website. We're also running on 96.1 FM in Yangon, 96.5 in Mandalay, and 96.7 in Naypyidaw. Alternatively, you can download our app on both iOS and Android platforms. It's easy to search. Just type in Myanmar INTL Radio and you'll find the app. Download it on your devices so you can listen to our radio programs on the go. Stay with us as we bring you more reports on Myanmar Today. China Agri-Tech and Engineering Machinery Brand Show took place during the weekends, showcasing agri-tech products and machines from China. Yangon Region Minister for Agriculture, Livestock, Forestry and Energy and officials from Trade Development Bureau of the Ministry of Commerce from China attended the opening ceremony at the Damodar Hall on Friday. The officials addressed the challenges Myanmar agricultural sector is facing during its shift towards mechanized farming and the bilateral trade with focus on agricultural sector. Agajo reports.
It is learned that agriculture in Myanmar is facing human resource shortage. As increasing number of human resources are working in industrial sector and other fields, the farm workers are on a sharp decline. Therefore, the country needs to mechanize the work of agriculture to solve this issue. Yangon Region Minister for Agriculture, Livestock, Forestry and Energy, Wu Han-ton, said this at the opening ceremony of China Agri-Tech and Engineering Machinery Brand Show. China Agri-Tech and Engineering Machinery Brand Show Myanmar took place from 22nd to 24th at Damodar Hall, showcasing agri-tech products and machines from China. Yangon Region Minister for Agriculture, Livestock, Forestry and Energy, Wu Han-ton, said.
I'm very proud of the China Agri-Tech Engineering Brand Show organized by the Ministry of Commerce. And this will be beneficial to bring in the agricultural equipment to the farmers. In Yangon region, there are over 1.2 million acres of commercial paddy cultivation. The summer paddy is 200,000 acres, and winter paddy including oases cover over 500,000 acres, and the agricultural equipment is required in farming. As the industrial sector develops and the increasing number of workers are working in other fields, farms need a lot of human resources, so our government are trying to promote the mechanized farming. On the other hand, as the farmers have their own agricultural equipment, and we also see that the services agencies and the cooperative mechanized farming associations also help to boost the yields. The amount of paddy fields in the Yangon region reach over 9.5 million acres. For the export, we have to increase the paddy yields. Yangon region has only 50% of land where good seeds can be grown and fertile. We expect to increase the percentage up to 80 in the coming year with the help of Ministry of Agriculture. We are going to sell the good seeds at cheap prices to farmers. And I also welcome this China Agri-Tech and Engineering Machinery Brand Show, and the mechanized farming has been developed with a lot of cooperative companies.
Myanmar economy is primarily based on agriculture, and most of the farming technologies are still traditional. Nowadays, the country's agriculture is rapidly becoming mechanized, and there are some campaigns to educate farmers and to promote the country's agricultural business sector with modern technologies.
The trade relation between China and Myanmar is great over the past years. China is one of the great business partners and it has a great export market. The role of agriculture is important in the economy of China and Myanmar. China has 40 years of experience in agricultural techniques and equipment development. Myanmar has good soil and farm acres. Last year, I came to learn Myanmar's agriculture and I saw there is a lot of requirement in agriculture, like the quality of fertilizers and soil quality and seeds. China has made considerable progress in agriculture. We are glad to help and support them Myanmar in mechanized farming. China and Myanmar now can cooperate in farming as well as China exports the paddy seeds, wild seeds and equipment like plants protection drone and qualified chemical fertilizers for the improvement of Myanmar's agriculture.
China is Myanmar's biggest business partner and the biggest exporter. According to the data of 2019 January-September from the Chinese Ministry of Trade and Commerce, the trade volume between China and Myanmar has reached to 13.54 billion US dollar. That is 17% increase compared to 2018. The textile industry, the infrastructure industry, the crop industry have been developed. The investment of China in Myanmar is 150 million US dollar according to the data of 2019 January to September.
30% of Myanmar's GDP comes from agriculture sector and it makes up 25% of the export products. It is very crucial a sector for the country's economy. This is Agajo reporting for Myanmar International Radio.
That's a report on agricultural sector facing human resource shortage. And here's the last report on AIA's contributions for the public. One of the largest life insurance companies in the world, AIA, celebrates its 100th year anniversary by organizing a series of events across Southeast Asia, and Bagan, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, was one of the places AIA chose to do the celebration. AIA also donated 100 solar panels to a village in Bagan where there is no running electricity. The life insurance company also said it will continue to do social economic development plan for the people of Myanmar. Williamson reports.
One of the largest life insurance companies in the world, AIE, has been organizing a series of events across Asia to celebrate its 100 years anniversary. For the celebration in Myanmar, it was celebrated in Bagan World Heritage Site, where AIA organized a 5-kilometer run on 17th of November and donated 100 solar panels in Tuyendang village in Bagan, which has no running electricity. AIA is a life insurance group with 100 years of worldwide experience in life insurance industry, and it has been 6 years since AIA came to Myanmar, but due to life insurance procedures, AIA is yet to gain license from the government to operate in Myanmar. However, AIA says it is now already fully ready to operate and it is only waiting for the license from the government. Speaking to MI Radio on the vision and the plan AIA Myanmar has for life insurance in Myanmar and how it is going to impart the importance of life insurance to the people, Mr. Noon Lee, CEO of AIA Myanmar, said,
Yeah, so it's going to be a lot of, it's very exciting for us to bring this concept of life insurance to everyone in Myanmar. So it has been here in Myanmar for a long time already. So now what we want to do is contribute, play our part in making sure that everyone understands about the importance of life insurance, the benefit that it can bring into it. So, you know, it's about organizing events like this. We've done other events in Yangon. We are also involved in some TV shows and some songs from famous singers that will be at the song that you've heard. So doing in many different ways to raise awareness about AA and about life insurance. So, you know, it's a long journey.
In April of 2019, AIA was selected as an applicant to operate in Myanmar through a 100 wholly owned subsidiary. The company will soon launch insurance products in the country, as well as continue its commitment to long-term socio-economic development to help the people in the country lead a healthier, longer, and better lives. This will be reflected in more unique future engagement as the insurance company expands its presence in the country. Speaking on what kind of socio-economic development plans AIE has for Myanmar, Mr. Noon Lee also explains more.
For us, we will be focusing about to bring light, electricity to people of Myanmar that needs it. So this is the first event, and we will keep on organizing events. Sometimes it could be a run, sometimes it's just a different format, but it will always have the same theme, which is about bringing light to the people of Myanmar. So we will do it in different region every month, in a different city, different town of Myanmar, bringing light to, so that we can reach everyone in Myanmar.
As the company is still waiting for the license from the government, it is yet to operate in Myanmar. Speaking on what could be the reason why it takes a long time to gain license from the government, Mr. Noon Lee also explains.
No, I don't think it, this is, there's a process that we have to go through to make sure that we meet all the requirements. So it's just a normal time to take to get to be prepared, to be ready for the start of the operation, and we are ready now.
Speaking on the positive impacts which AIA contributes for the health of the public by organizing sports activities, Miyama, Director for Department of Sports and Physical Education for Mandalay Region said,
We're glad to have the sport activities organized by AIA here in Bagan for the health of people. We also hope that it will be a good event if AIA could expand its offices and organize many other events like this in major cities such as Yangon and Mandalay. We witnessed several youths taking part in this morning's 5-kilometer run along with many tourists from abroad. I hope to have several other events from other business groups to contribute for the health of the public.
This is Williamson reporting for MI Radio.
And that's all the reports we have on Myanmar Today. Now let's carry on with international news. The Sumatran Rhino is now officially extinct in Malaysia, with the death of the last known specimen. Officials say the 25-year-old female named Iman died on Saturday on the island of Borneo. She had cancer. Malaysia's last male Sumatran rhino died in May this year. The Sumatran rhino once roamed across Asia but has now almost disappeared from the wild, with fewer than 100 animals believed to exist. The species is now critically endangered. Malaysia's officials said Iman died at 17:35 local time on Saturday. Tesla has received almost 150,000 orders for its new pickup truck, boss Elon Musk has said, despite an embarrassing hiccup at its launch. Mr. Musk was caught out on stage when the windows of the Cybertruck shattered during a demonstration supposed to show their durability. Tesla shares dived 6.1% after the event on Thursday and had several bad reviews. With its distinct angular design, the electric truck was greeted with cheers, but also bemusement. Mr. Musk said the demand had come despite no advertising and no paid endorsement for the truck. No date has been given for the Cybertruck's release, but analysts said it would not be ready before the end of 2021 at the earliest. In other news, Coldplay have put plans to tour their new album on hold due to concerns over the environmental impact of concerts. The US company bills Starship as an all-purpose transportation system of Coldplay's new album Everyday Life is released on Friday, and instead of spending months on the road, they are playing 2 gigs in Jordan, which will be broadcast free to a global audience on YouTube. The concerts will take place in Amman on Friday at sunrise and sunset respectively, mirroring the 2 sides of their new album.
Our dream is to have a show with no single-use plastic, to have it be largely solar powered. So I think it's a question of just accepting that you have to do your best, not to be too overzealous in criticizing others, because everyone will catch up if you prove that it's easy to do it the right way.
The UK band last traveled the world with their A Head Full of Dreams tour, which saw them stage 122 shows across 5 continents in 2016 and 2017. The WWF welcomed Coldplay's initiative, saying, quote, "It is fantastic to see world-famous artists stepping up to protect the planet." Well, that's going to wrap it up on today's Myanmar Today. Thank you for joining me, and you have a pleasant day. I'm Henry Zin. See you again.